Welcome to Career Chronicles, your go-to weekly guide for discovering diverse career paths and valuable local resources right here in Namibia. I'm your host for today, Raimo Dengenge, and I'm genuinely excited to embark on this journey with you. In today's episode, we're setting the stage for an insightful exploration into the world of professional careers across our vibrant nation. Throughout the series, we'll delve into the lives of professionals from various fields, uncovering what makes their careers both challenging and rewarding. Each week, we'll spotlight a different career, offering you a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to excel in that role, the skills needed, and the opportunities it presents. We'll also bring you expert advice from seasoned career coaches and industry professionals who will share their top tips on resume building, effective networking, and preparing for interviews. In addition, we'll showcase local career resources and training facilities that can help you take the next step in your professional journey. Whether you're a student exploring career options or a professional looking to make a change, we've got valuable insights and resources to share. So stay tuned as we dive into our first episode, packed with everything you need to start exploring and advancing your career. Let's get started and make the most of the opportunities that lie ahead.
Attention kids, we have some exciting news for you. We are back and this year we are planning on going big. So listen up. If you are in grade 3, grade 2, grade 1 or pre-primary, we are bringing your free school workbooks to you soon. This is all you need to know about where you can find your books. Books will be available for free in Republican street sale newspapers and all Namibian Sun newspapers. And for all pre-primary kids out there, your books will be delivered to your school in all 14 regions of Namibia. And there's more. Pre-primary books will also be printed in 9 different languages. Check out when your book will be available from the schedule right here. That's not all. Our free online school is there to help you along the way with video lessons and more books to download. You can also follow along on NTV every Monday to Friday from 9:30 to 11:30 for your daily online school lesson. We thank all our sponsors who are helping to build a brighter future for Namibia. Contact us at info@acdtrust.com and follow us on Instagram.
For our first segment, or career rather, we'll be spotlighting the career of a journalist. A journalist usually starts their day by attending a diary meeting at the start of the day to often, discuss with the editorial team, of course, to discuss the news expected for the day, certain events, plans, coverage, and potential deadlines. They also do discuss potential angles for the stories, and so on and so on. Second task for a journalist is to research their story. After the diary meeting, journalists spend time researching their assigned stories. This involves now gathering information from various sources such as interviews, reports, and online databases. Number 3, story development. They outline and develop their stories, verifying facts, ensuring accuracy, and this may involve drafting initial content, selecting relevant images or videos, and writing engaging headlines. Number 4, my favorite, making coffee. A coffee break makes a journalist effective. A quick mind break, get your brain off the fog, and it really just helps. Number 5, interviews and reporting. Journalists conduct interviews with sources, experts, and individuals relevant to their stories. This could be done over the phone, via video call, or in person. They prepare questions in advance and take detailed notes during the interview. Field reporting. If a story requires an on-site reporting, journalists visit local locations to gather first-hand information. This includes attending events, press conferences, or any newsworthy activity. Before we get to the final of the list, we have the writing. Journalists then compile all the data and all their research together, including videos and photos, and put everything together to draft a compiling story. Number 6, editing. Journalists then go through their article, making sure that it has a smooth flow and all the grammar is correct, including all the facts. Number 8, attending further events for potential stories for publications. You can never have enough stories as a journalist. Number 8, networking. It is completely and hard essential to be able to network as a journalist. Connecting with peers, sources, and industry professionals, which can be valuable for future stories and collaborations. Number 9, afternoon updates and deadlines. Updating stories, journalists may need to update their stories as new information becomes available. This involves revisiting their work, adding new details, and adjusting the narrative as needed. Last but not least, meeting deadlines. They work together to set deadlines with the editorial team that was discussed now during the morning meeting, and just to allocate sensitive stories to sensitive times. Final checks before the day is over, the shift is over. Journalists make sure that all their content is uploaded and with the editorial team. And to wrap it up, they might attend a brief of the day meeting to discuss the progress of engaging stories and plan for the next day. This is also a source of update for the editorial team and early development and encounters to be experienced. Essential skills for this role includes researching skills, number 1, ability to find and verify as well as analyze information from various sources. Number 2, writing skills, proficiency in crafting clear, concise, and engaging content across different formats. Number 3, interviewing skills, expertise in asking insightful questions, listening actively, and capturing accurate quotes. Number 4, time management, the capability to handle tight deadlines, manage multiple tasks, and prioritize effectively. Number 5, ethical judgment, commitment to journalistic ethics, including accuracy, fairness, and overall being objective in reporting. Many journalists pursue education in communications, information science, and languages. The career offers opportunities mainly within the media world. Opportunities such as reporters, who now cover news events, conduct interviews, and write articles for the newspapers, magazines, online publications, or new websites. Number 2, editors review content for clarity, accuracy, style, and just overall reporting. Number 3, we have investigative journalists. These journalists specialize in depth research and reporting on complete issues, uncovering hidden information, and exploring injustice. Last but not least, my favorite, digital content creating. Just producing multimedia content, including articles, videos, and social media posts for online platforms and digital media outlets. With the growth and with the potential within the growth of the digital world, careers such as social media managers and content creators engage with audiences and use analytics to drive engagement and track the performance of digital content. Another one to the list is a content strategist. These people develop and implement strategies for content creation and distribute across digital platforms, focusing on audience engagement and brand alignment is a very essential thing in the world of journalism. Last but not least, we have the CEO specialists. These specialists specialize in meta tags and search engine optimization techniques. Another one we can add to the list is a multimedia journalist. These journalists have an element of interactive and productive comprehension. These roles reflect the growing importance of digital skills and innovation in the journalism industry. Do stay tuned as we have some piece of advice from an industry expert himself. So catch us right after the short ad break.
Welcome to Namibia, where adventure meets tranquility. With Enjoy, you have access to a wide range of accommodations to suit taste and budget. Experience the finest dining and hospitality Namibia has to offer. Booking your dream accommodation is just a few clicks away with Enjoy. Join thousands of happy travelers who have trusted Enjoy for their Namibian getaway. Your gateway to unforgettable Namibian adventures. Visit us today at enjoy.my.na.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
Our second segment, we have an expert. And you know what? Let me not even say anything beforehand. Let's just hop straight to him.
Hi, my name is Toivan Jabela. I am editor-in-chief of Namibian Sun daily newspaper.
Toivo, can you tell us what are key skills required to be a journalist?
Yeah, so you need to have, I think it's important that you have an academic background in media studies or journalism. There are people who have succeeded in this trade without necessarily acquiring those qualifications, but I think times have changed, and I think one needs to have that. But you need to be a person of integrity. You need to be a person of objectivity. You need to be a very knowledgeable person also, widely, in order to comprehend issues, because you also need to come up with story ideas, and you can only come up with those if you understand current affairs, if you understand a bit of where the country is coming from or society is coming from. You need to be highly journalism is also an art. You also need to be a bit artistic, but I think you need to be very, very professional, and I think broadly you just need to possess the understanding of things, be professional, be unbiased, be a person of integrity, be very, very strong, because sometimes you'll come across situations that if you're not having a strong character, you may want to abandon what you are pursuing in terms of stories and whatnot. But if you are a strong person, a man or woman of conviction, you can still proceed even amid threats and stuff like that. Yeah, I think the ups are that you really you are the first port of call, if you like. You're like the first person to we are just in a position where we happen to usually get the information first. Whether it's breaking news, big things that are happening, they come through us mostly. And it's such a privilege to be the one informing the nation about things, empowering communities with information. That is definitely an up, but the down of that is it's not a very wealthy trade. You can't really, not especially in Namibia. I think elsewhere in the world, people really have a lot of money. They have very good salaries, and life is not always about money. But I think we also cannot ignore the fact that money makes life going. So it's a poor man's job, mostly. But secondly, there's a lot of journalists in the world that get killed or even jailed for their work. You deal daily with threats, people threatening you or your life, sometimes perhaps even your kids, because of the work that you're doing, exposing corruption, exposing abuse of power, exposing lack of governance adherence in institutions of state and the private sector. So it's those threats basically that have driven some people out of the trade because they could no longer keep up with that. And sometimes it's not a threat to your life. Sometimes it's a threat to your mental health. Getting bullied on social media, people saying nasty things, just because they do not agree with what you've written, no matter how truthful it is. So I think there's a lot of things, but I think overall the benefits of being a journalist way outweigh the down, as you call them.
What other career aspirations can one have migrating from a journalist?
You mean quitting journalism? If you quit journalism, what can you get into? Yeah, so you can become some people have become media lecturers, journalism lecturers at universities, but a lot of people from this trade went into corporate communications, they became public relations officers, but that is mostly in the Namibian context. Elsewhere, journalists, especially those who served at a very good level, ended up becoming politicians, serving at a very high level. Like in the UK, the former Prime Minister Boris Johnson he was the editor of one of the newspapers in the UK. He quit and then he ventured into politics. And it happens a lot, where a lot of people at really good levels, because journalism is a social science and it teaches you so many things. So if you understand the basics of politics, the basics of society, basics of history, you can almost venture into many things. But in Namibia, people go into public relations, they go into corporate communications, and mostly in the academic space.
Can you please tell us, as in regards to what your position is and how you ended up in your position?
Yeah, my position is I'm editor-in-chief of Namibian Sun. How I ended up here is that it has been a long journey. I think from the age of 14, I was already sure that journalism is what I wanted to do, and I pursued it at university against the will of my parents, who wanted me to become a school teacher, and I refused because I was convinced that journalism is what I wanted to do. And I have been at every step of the ladder that is available in this trade. I've been an intern, I've been a junior journalist, I've been a senior journalist, I've been an assistant news editor, I've been editor, I've been managing editor. So I have reached, if you like, the pinnacle, because I'm currently serving at the highest level that there is. If you're editor-in-chief, there isn't much more above you that you can still do. So I think I've reached the ceiling of this hierarchy, and yeah, I'm still enjoying what I'm doing. Yeah, I think everything starts with discipline. Personally, I have witnessed along the 18-year journey that I've been on in this trade that talent alone is not enough. You can be talented, a talented writer, a talented reporter, television, or radio, or whatever. If you do great work today, you must create some sort of momentum so that you don't just become a flash in the pan. You, like an accidental reporter, as we say in journalism, you are only as good as your last story. So if you do not have the ability to be consistent in terms of you did this today and tomorrow people can expect you to do the same, and on, or you are a brilliant guy but ill-disciplined, sometimes you're not at work, sometimes you do not go to the assignments that you've been given by your superiors, you feed them with a cocktail of lies about why you couldn't make this news event or that one, you will not make it to a very good level in this trade. But it's not just about journalism. In every sphere of life, you have to be disciplined. If you're a school teacher, an absentee school teacher who shows up some days and others he doesn't come, he fakes illnesses and whatnot, then forget about becoming an HOD one day, or becoming a school principal or circuit inspector, director, regional director of education and whatnot. So it's not just in journalism. In every sphere of life, discipline is the center of everything, and then everything else can grow from that. Yeah.
So what an insightful conversation we had there with Namibian Sun's chief editor himself, Toivo Njebela. Stay tuned for more right after the short ad break.
The Agenda is a weekly national affairs interview program hosted every Sunday by Namibian Sun editor Toivo Njebela, featuring a panel of high-profile newsmakers, analysts, and experts. The Agenda aims to reach high-end news consumers seeking informed understanding of national issues. This show is broadcasted on NTV, 1up2.com, and the Namibia Media Holdings Facebook platform. The Agenda focuses on interviews where we put the nation in the hot seat. Contact Agenda at synergy.com.na to get your product and service in the hot seat. The Agenda, focused on today's conversation.
Well, that was pretty insightful conversation we had there from the Namibian Sun's chief editor himself, Mr. Toivo Njebela. That brings us to the wrap of our first episode of Career Chronicles. We hope you found our insights helpful. If you have any questions or feedback, be sure to reach out to us on Instagram, that is careers_NMH. We'd love to hear from you. We really do. Stay tuned and don't miss out. Thanks for watching, and see you next week. Until then, keep exploring and stay inspired.